It didn't take Tom Browning long to get used to the big leagues. Making his major league debut for the Reds in 1984, the lefty took on one of the all-time greats, Orel Hershiser. He won that matchup going 8 1/3 innings, allowing 1 run. Browning would go on to post double-digit wins in 7 straight seasons and accomplish things most major leaguers could only dream of. Perhaps no Cincinnati Reds pitcher has made an immediate impact like Tom Browning. From the day this left-hander was called up to the majors in 1984, this Reds legend was ready to pitch. But that early career success is something he credits to the guys around him.
I had Jim Cott as a pitching coach, and I was able to pitch, and he was a big Johnny Sane guy. He was a big believer in 4-man rotation. I got to pitch on 3 days rest, I think 18 times, and that meant I was able to get out there more often. So and I pitched enough times out there, and I pitched decent enough times where I was able to win 20 games.
But no outing was more historical than his appearance on September 16, 1988, becoming the 12th pitcher in Major League Baseball history to pitch a perfect game. But this southpaw pitcher will tell you that nothing was quite as thrilling as the 1990 season, as the Reds went to the postseason for the only time in Browning's career.
Most of those guys, we were all about the same age. We grew up together. We came up through the organization together. But that was probably my most enjoyable year because everybody went out there, and we were 25 guys who enjoyed being around one another, playing as a unit out there, and everybody had, pulled their weight.
And that team pulled enough weight to complete one of the most unthinkable sweeps in baseball history, winning the World Series against the heavily favored Oakland Athletics. But through all those accomplishments, there was something else that made Browning stand out amongst others, and that was his superstitious personality, which included not shaving in between starts. And those antics were ones he took from another Reds legend.
I grew up a Reds fan, so I watched Sparky Anderson jump over that white line every time he went to the mound and came off the mound, so that was my one superstition. I never stepped on that white line, basically because that's what I saw Sparky Anderson do. And then, just some little routines. Most pitchers and most baseball players have them. If you're successful and you do things, you try to do them over and over again.
And whatever Tom Browning did, it always seemed to work, and is one of the reasons he'll always be a Cincinnati Reds legend. And that'll be it for your sports news. The Weird's coming up next.